Alright, hey guys.
Hello.
So we'll give everyone a few minutes, and I'm going to say the same thing I said last time. The internet out here, the service is kind of like a little like finicky, so if it goes in or out, sorry.
So we're going to tell them how are you?
Yeah, we're doing really good, you guys. It's I guess I'll hold it for a second. There's Gemma. Hey guys. So we're outside. It's really hot. That's why I'm so dewy. And there's some other people from Houston. So yeah. So guys, we're okay. So I'm sorry we didn't update more. It was funny. So from the last time we had the update, it was things were really bad, but they got a lot worse, and it was like just emotionally and a bunch of other things. It was just, we just weren't thinking about like updating, and it was just like it got so bad. Like I can't describe it. Like
it's just, you just go into like survival mode a little bit, even though it's not like the life threatening or anything.
For us, we weren't life threatened.
It just becomes like, okay, well, when are we gonna get our next meal? How is the gas? How's our new house?
Yeah.
How's everything going? You just kind of like, you just turn very inwards. Like, how's all the kids? Are you guys okay?
And everyone, we were like, trapped in this house.
Like cabin fever. So
yeah, we couldn't leave. We got trapped in. We're on a river. Let me show you guys. And it's back there. It's, you guys, that is nothing, is it, Kyle?
No.
So you see where the river is? It was actually up to, let me go right over here. Where's my finger? You see where I'm pointing, that kind of shadow area? It got all the way up there, so we were worried. And then there's another river, or I guess a creek in this neighborhood that was flooding worse. So they were like literally right down the street. Like people were in a voluntary evacuation 4 houses down from us. And if that creek had risen any more and joined with this river, the Brazos little, what is it?
An oxbow lake.
An oxbow lake of the Brazos River. We were like, well, we have to leave except the roads are blocked. And so we've been vlogging. Thanks, Jenny. We've been vlogging every day so we can share the story, which we'll start uploading those probably next week. But we had to like actually consider like pool floaties and like an air mattress as like feasible ways for us to put like the dog and the kids on if we had to evacuate. And keep in mind, you guys, I was just 2 weeks postpartum with like a barely 2-week-old baby when this started happening, and 3 other kids, and it was just like and then the worst thing is like we were not the worst off. So we like everyone else was even worse than we were. And
our whole neighborhood.
So, okay, and so then here's the other bad news. So for those of you who followed us and those of you who are new, I'll just kind of briefly say it. So we are in the middle of building a new house. We had to sell our old house, and our new house isn't quite done. So in July, we just closed on our old house, which we loved. We have a video about it. After this video gets re-put back up, I will put a link down below to the video in July of us saying goodbye to our old house. We loved that house. A lot of people on YouTube love that house because they watched us grow up there. We brought 3 of our kids home there. Oh, there's the baby. You want to grab her? My newborn's crying. So, guys, and I'm not reading much of the comments yet because I'm just trying to get through the story. But and I'll start reading the comments, okay, you guys? But anyway, so in July, we moved out of that house, and then we had a gap. Our new house wasn't quite ready. So we're at my husband's in-laws, my husband's parents, my in-laws. So that's where we are. Well, our other house, our old house, the house we loved, the house that I cried in the video when we were moving from, the house I brought my 3 kids home, it flooded. Like that whole neighborhood flooded, not a little bit, it flooded bad, like 4 to 8 foot of water. All of our neighbors, like their homes are just destroyed. They still can't get in, it's still underwater. Oh, honey. I might have to give this camera to Kyle, and I have to nurse the baby. So we had and then the kids' school that they went to, it's flooded. It's like bad flooded, like 4 foot of water flooded. And so their school's going to be closed for like the year, and the kids are going to have to, I don't know what they're going to do. So Kyle, it was literally, if this had happened like a month and a half ago, we would have still been in that house. We didn't have flood insurance in that house because it wasn't really a floodplain area. Now we're getting flood insurance, even though we still don't technically need it. We're getting it. We are never going to not have flood insurance again, I think. Right, Kyle? Mm-hmm. But anyway, so all of our neighbors are there. And then the family that bought our house, which is this sweet, like soft-spoken, nice family. I had written them this like heartfelt letter about when we closed on the house. I wrote them this letter about how I loved this house and we hoped their family loved it as much as we do. And I just feel so bad for them. So it's like this weird mix of like relief because we weren't in the house and I wasn't in there with the kids, but then also kind of guilt because I literally just sold this house to another family and all of our neighbors. And then it's just like a weird mix of emotions. And I loved that house so much. And I hate that, and you guys who watch, like, you remember how beautiful that neighborhood, it was such a nice, beautiful neighborhood, like, and like we were just there, you know what I mean? So then on to our new house. We had no idea how our new house was going. We had video footage of the exit to drive to our new house and it was completely underwater, like to the tops of cars. So Kyle and I were like, oh my gosh, you know, like how is our house doing? And then we have friends that live in our new neighborhood, but the new neighborhood we're moving to is so big that they were like, we're doing okay, we're trapped, but the water's not in the house, but we don't know how your section's doing. So we were like, oh my gosh. So we finally were able, when some of the roads started to clear, we were able to get over to the new house and it was okay. And I'll grab her in just a sec. And we actually met some brand new neighbors. Our area of our new house is completely new. The newest, like the person who's lived in that little section the longest moved in July. It's a brand new section of this area. So everyone who lived there, they had no idea how the flood was going to go. No one had any experience with that little area. And so we met our new neighbors. They were the nicest people. They're from Miami. And the guy told us, he said, we're from Miami. We're used to crazy storms. He said, this is the worst thing we've ever been through. They told us that we have a big like retention type pond right next. We live on our new house on a cul-de-sac. There's a big retention pond thing right next to us. It's huge. It's dry, it's like a dry creek. It doesn't have water in it. I never, even with as bad as things got, I never ever could have imagined that thing could fill with water. It's massive. I mean, it's not as big as a football stadium, but that's like the closest thing I could think of. It's huge. Well, when we were driving to the house, it was full of water. So I just was like so nervous. But when we got over there, it was okay. Hi, Jack, my dog. And anyway, so we met the new neighbors. They were outside, and they told us that on that Sunday night, the water, they said that what looked like a lake now in that retention pond had spilled over into our neighborhood. And they said it looked like it was just a lake and that no one knew what to do and no one could leave. They were all trapped. And they said the water got within inches of coming in the house at about 1:30 a.m. in the morning. They said they'd moved as much as they could upstairs, and they went upstairs with their kids, and they just like prayed and hoped, and they said they just had to go to bed. They didn't know what was going to happen. And then the next day, Monday, the water started to go down. So within inches of being inside of those homes. So our new house is okay, and our neighbors are okay at the new place, and it got really close, but everybody was okay. They said it was really scary. So I'm glad we weren't there because the kids would have been so scared. And over here, even though it was scary with the water, we always, like, we were okay in the house. Like, it never got too close to the house. You know what I mean? It just was that, I don't know, but it's part of it. It's like we've just had these feelings of being trapped. Like, you can't go help people because you're trapped in your home because everything is blocked. And you can't go get more groceries and supplies because the stores are closed, delivery trucks can't get through, so there's no food and gas and stuff. And even if they have the stuff, you couldn't get to them. Like, you couldn't drive there. So it was a really uncomfortable feeling to just know you're trapped. You can't help people, you can't get things, you know, and you're gonna be okay and it's fine, but it's not a good feeling. So all of that started happening, and that's what made it hard for us to update. We just emotionally were like strung out. But the last few days, everything in our area has been receding. We can get out and drive around. Our grocery stores have opened. There's limited stock, But thanks, Candace. There's limited stock of what's available, but that's okay. You know what I mean? Kyle and I actually got to go to Target, and I was like so happy to be out of the house, because not only was I going stir crazy because of the storm, but I was so sick with my pregnancy. I had for people who didn't watch, I had a liver problem, and I was just super sick and couldn't leave the house. And so I have been trapped. Like, I feel like I've been trapped for like 2 months, and it was just like, I don't know, whatever. It was just crazy. And then yesterday was our anniversary. We didn't really do anything. We went to like, yeah, we have enough to eat. We're good. We've actually been able, we were joking that we were going to have like peanut butter on taco shells. That's what we were joking about. But you know what? We would have been fine. But before we got too far out of food, all the stores opened and we were able to get more food. So anyway, and like Kyle and I were saying at the beginning of the video, as like just emotionally like trying as this was, like this, we were so much lucky. We were so much more lucky and just blessed or whatever than a lot of other people, and we know that. And that's where, like I said, you almost have like this weird survivor's guilt thing, especially I think just because like literally in July I was in a house that is still underwater right now. Like, if we had still been in that house, I don't know what we would have done, y'all. We were just there, you know. Thank you. Someone was saying happy anniversary. So you guys, you know what I mean? It's like this weird mix of like, you feel relief, but then you feel like survivor's guilt, I guess. That's what my mom said it was survivor's guilt. And you feel, you're like happy that you're okay, and I don't know, it's crazy. And then all of our, we have a lot of stuff in storage units because of the move. And 2 of our units have been reported as okay, and 2 of them haven't. So it doesn't matter. It's just stuff, and we have like insurance. She want a nurse? Hey, Daddy can't help with that part. It doesn't matter, but 2 of our units are okay. But again, we have 4 storage units of a whole house worth of things that are stored in Houston, in warehouses in Houston. But yeah, 2 are okay, and 2 we haven't heard about. So it's just not the end of the world. Like, it could have been so much worse. So I don't know. So that's what happened, you guys. So in the normal vlogs, I have a bunch of aerial footage that the police took of our old neighborhood. There's helicopters. In Houston, if you're in Houston, like, some of your comments. I think the reception's weird, you guys, so sometimes I'm not seeing comments, and then all of a sudden, like, 50 will come through. There are helicopters, like big, like National Guard or like Army helicopters that are going by all the time, because they're bringing supplies. They're still helping people get out of houses and moving debris, and you're hearing this, the helicopters, and you're hearing airboats, and you're hearing like this stuff all the time. Like, it's weird. I don't know. So anyway, so that's the update, you guys. I just want to give you the backstory, and we did. Oh, hi to Dean. I'm saying hi. I saw your comment. You're completely flooded. We're on the Brazos. The river we just showed is the Brazos, Eve, so I'm so sorry. We're getting the same alerts as you. The only thing that's saving us is we're on the north side, so gravity's saving us. Everything's been flowing that way, which stinks for you, but it's kind of, we have, his parents also have this emergency creek thing next to their house that keeps the water. So anyway, that's what's been going on, you guys. And Gabrielle there says hi to you. Oh, thanks, you guys. Mother Muse just got here. It's a long story. The house is okay. You can go and like, you'll have to rewatch. But Kyle's work is fine. They couldn't get to his work, his office building, but it's fine. So, oh, sorry. Oh, it's people down there. I heard noises and I was like, what is the talking? So, you guys, like I said, it's just a weird thing, but we're good. It's so funny too to think, for those of you who've been with us, like, if we hadn't, Elizabeth, our little newborn, she was a surprise. If we hadn't had her, we never would have moved. We would have still been in that house. We wouldn't have the new house as another option. it's so weird how things work out. You know what I mean? Like, we're like, oh, how are my parents? We just went over to my parents last night. We were able to get to them. We couldn't get to them because all the roads were completely blocked. Some of them still are to my parents. They're fine. Like, the water came up really high, but thankfully it didn't. Their area floods too, so I was worried about them. So yeah, but yeah, it was a blessing, Georgia Mommy. Like, I think it's weird how it all worked out. Like, if we had just not had Elizabeth, like, you know what I mean? Like, we just never would have moved. And even with Elizabeth, for those of you who watched her channel, you remember we still didn't want to move yet. We were like, oh, she'll just sleep in our room and we're going to move in the spring. But then we had to move faster because that dream floor plan that fit our family so unbelievably perfect was only available, like they only had one lot left for it. And if we didn't take it, we wouldn't be able to build that lot in our area. And so we decided to go for it. Do you remember how stressful you guys who had watched us were? If you were new to our channel, if you watch our Home Sweet Hale videos, you can go and watch. We were stressed because we had to come up with a lot of money up front. And I know, someone said, it's not weird, it's God. I know, right? Like, I'm telling you, like, oh my gosh. Like, it's so weird. It's so weird. Someone wanted to know if they could see the baby. Of course. Let's see the baby. People want to see this sweet, sweet newborn. And then they want to see the baby. Oh, just teasing. Come here, little baby. She's like, Mama, feed me. She is hungry. Here, I'm going to give you can say hi to everyone for a few minutes, and I'll hold her.
Okay.
Here you go, Kyle. I got her.
You got the baby.
She's still so little, you guys. She's still in little newborn clothes. Look at that sweet baby, though. Oh, she looks like a little bird. She's trying to eat. She's like, yeah. Oh, thank you, guys. Someone said I look great. So, Dean has been watching your videos. Oh, that is so sweet. Well, Dean, hi again. Oh, that's so nice. She does look a lot like Audrey. Isn't she sweet? She looks like the youngest. She does. She has a hint of Sophie in her, though. She does. She looks so tan. I know. She kind of does right here. She has more color than her pale mama. Kyle's sister and Chris, their house didn't flood, and they're here safe and sound. Here, honey bunny, do you want to hold this and just say hi to everybody? I kind of told them all the update. I don't know if you want to give them any, like, information about, like, the cool furniture place, what they did, or just, like, any of the technical stuff about I don't know, or just say hi to everyone.
Hello.
I put Kyle on the spot.
Yeah, because I don't know what you told them already. Yeah. So.
Well, you can look at some of the comments.
The school's okay. Now the school's okay.
The kids' new school is okay.
Yes, new school's fine.
The old school's not.
Old school's not. You know, like we're really lucky. That's all I can say. There are a lot of people around here doing a lot worse. I'm working from home. Yes, I'm working from home. The office is closed all week. Just out of abundance of caution, really. There's just there's some broken. So there were some sinkholes and some roads that collapsed and stuff downtown, and some of them are near where I worked. So while they're doing construction around those, they just advise people to just go take other paths. And the new house is fine. The new house is.
I told them about
the only thing we're worried about now is, like, obviously there's gonna be lots of construction and stuff going on. So, I mean, it's totally understandable in one sense, but on the other hand, it's not that we might be delayed getting the house completed.
But they haven't said so.
We heard about Irma. Well, Irma's not really headed our way, so definitely a little more worried about the East Coast there. So yeah, we have hurricanes all around. We're having fun this year. So, and the old house is like totally flooded.
Tell them about when we
saw pictures of one guy. Their like entire kitchen was basically like 8 feet underwater. So yeah, it's going to Florida. Yeah, if it's coming your way, just do the same. Just follow all the instructions. If you're told to evacuate. Move everything.
Upstairs.
Move everything upstairs you can, or at least higher ground. Put your valuables at least as high as you can, or move them off site somewhere. The things that really matter. Things like that. Just do the basic stuff. But can we get to the shops now? Yeah. Yep, we can absolutely get to the stores. There's a little bit of it's not a gas shortage. It's just gas is kind of expensive right now.
Well, there is it's hard to find a place with gas though around us.
Yeah, well, I mean there's a little bit of gas out of gas around here, But there's places you can go. There's like, you know, the freeway. Like it's Houston. Like we're a big city. Like there's gas around. Just a little more expensive. That's been the only real logistical challenge. Everything around like where we're at, it's like pretty high and dry. A lot of stuff.
We couldn't get milk for like a week, but that's not a big deal.
Yeah, exactly. There's like a butter shortage and a milk shortage.
But that's who cared.
Like I said, we just got off really, really easily. I mean, I had friends of mine, you know, obviously at work and around town whose houses were flooded. I mean, all of our old neighbors are flooded. I mean, you can't, you know, we can't complain, like, not at all. How do they catch the alligators? What? Very carefully.
Yeah. They do have to get them sometimes.
So animal control can handle them pretty well. So I don't know if you know much about gators, but gators, especially like in the sun, they're real lazy. They're not really aggressive. They won't run from you very much. They prefer to defend their ground. They prefer to defend their ground. So if you're willing to take them on and you've got the right tools, it's pretty easy to capture and catch a gator. Yeah, it's not for the faint of heart, but so
they do have to. If they get too big, they get them out here.
Yeah, if they get too big out here in the river where we were at, they'll come and pull them out and all that stuff. Like they have kind of limits on what they'll allow, and especially if they're getting well fed. You know, that just means they found some supply source that's, you know, probably human based. So either someone's feeding turtles and the turtles are feeding the baby and, you know, feeding the gators, and then now it's not a baby gator anymore, and all of a sudden, you know, so newborn baby is great.
She can show her I'm covered. She's nursing y'all right now, so she's awesome
great.
though.
She gained a whole pound after her first visit. She went
to 8 pounds, y'all.
Yeah, she went from 7.2 to 8.5, almost like 8.5, 8.6, whatever.
So all on just like my milk. So yay.
Yay. So she's very cute.
I did not have a milk supply
shortage. No milk supply. Oh, thank you. Yeah, she's very cute. We love her. She's, you know, they're so easy at this age. That's the thing.
She's easy, baby.
There are snakes in the water and rats. Rats and snakes are your big problem and mosquitoes, obviously.
There are rats?
Yeah, rats. They love it. Well, rats come out and they take over your house, you know, and they'll find ground. They'll live. Right, so they'll just sit on top of your counters and make way, and then when you go back into your house,
you mean people who flooded?
Yeah. Well, and just rats in general. Rats come out when the water's out. Rats and mice, you know, they don't do the water either.
Oh, I want to tell
them. Say hello, Hannah.
I want to tell them about the little sideswipe tornado thing.
Oh yeah, did you show them?
Well, I filmed it. Your dad cleaned it up. Yeah. So guys, you know, we had a bunch of like tornado stuff going on here. Okay, sweetie, and we actually got sideswiped by one of the tornadoes. It didn't hit the house. It hit right out here. And it left this, like, flattened and took down some, like, caused some trees to fall. Like, this, like, flattened area. It was so weird because it looked so distinctive. It was just, like, this path that had been, like, flattened. And we were, like, glad that didn't hit the house. That was our biggest concern through all this. Our biggest worry, our biggest threat was the tornadoes. Aw, Hannah, that's awesome. Yeah, I'm glad we didn't either. How are we keeping all the kids entertained? Well, there's a lot of toys here at Grandma's house, and we actually have some workbooks and stuff too, so we can do a little bit of like school, but like fun, you know, and we just play games. Uncle Chris brought Rock Band over, so the kids have been liking that. You know, we've been watching movies. We've let them have a lot more screen time than normal. It's just who cares. So you guys still don't. Well, having a tiny baby is a good distraction. Someone was asking if we think we can move into the house. We're supposed to close on the 22nd, and we start moving in on the 23rd. And so far, we're still on track. They have not. I actually did talk to our, our little agent person, and she said that she didn't say anything about us being delayed. So these kids do not go back to school tomorrow. They've closed it for another week. So the kids don't go back to school till next week. 2 weeks of no school, but we don't have to make it up because there's like an emergency exemption. So it's not like we'll have to have extra days at the end of the school year or something, which is really nice. So, thanks, Gina. She said thinking of us from Alberta, which is nice. So far from what we've heard, we should still be able to close in a little over 2 weeks. I don't know. There's still a lot to do in the house. They haven't put in, all the wood floors have not been put in, the carpet's not been put in. But, we do have electricity in the new house, you guys. They already put in electricity, all the countertops, all the fixtures, the light fixtures. So I guess like they can do it. I mean, they haven't planted the yard yet or all the trees and stuff. I'm actually glad they didn't. It could have been ruined. So I don't know. We'll see, you guys. Do you know how much water got in our old house? We've been told 4 to 8 foot. So did I color my hair? No. Same old, same old. I have some of the remnants of those highlights somewhere in there that I got during the summer. But thank you guys, so many people praying for us. We know we keep seeing people asking for updates, and what's hard is like Kyle did update on Facebook within the comments, but a lot of people don't read that, so they didn't know we were okay. So I told Kyle, I was like, we need to just do a real update. So I'm trying to read all your awesome comments. Our new owner's gonna have, I don't know, I'm hoping they had flood insurance.
I think they're gonna, I mean, there's gonna be
FEMA's helping too.
Because the reservoir overflowed, I'm sure the county's just gonna provide
the county's gonna help. Have there been any power outages? There has been, but we have a backup generator here, so when the power would go out, it would be out for a minute or two, and then the generator would kick in, and then then the power would be back on before we'd ever have to stop using the generator. So they kept the power going to our area really well. Oh, thank you so much. So like we never had to deal with that. Very first night it was moving in, the power went out, and I forgot about the generator, and I was like, here we go. Hey, I know. One of my friends is talking to me. I need to text her, to give her on the more personal level. So, anyway, so that's about it. We love y'all, and we just wanted to. Are we getting new living room furniture in the new house? Yeah, we are. All but one thing. But eventually, we're not going furniture shopping until after. It's just too much here right now, you guys. We'll just go after. Our new house is gonna be half empty. It's a lot bigger than our old house, so it's just the way it is. And Kyle, we're just gonna take our time. It'll be fun though, you know. It's fun that we get to shop for new furniture, but it reminds me that a lot of people are going to be shopping for new furniture because they lost everything, which just makes me feel bad all over again. It's just a weird thing. But well, here, honey, my arm is getting tired. If you want to close out and tell everyone thank you so much.
Yeah. Did our storage get flooded? No.
Well, I told them 2 of our units we haven't heard from. 2 were fine.
Zippy Shell told us they were fine.
Oh, you didn't tell me.
Yeah, they said.
Let me see. Guys, so I was sitting here worrying about our other units, and Kyle just told me that they told him. He forgot to tell me. So all 4 of our storage units did not get flooded, thankfully. That's our entire house, you guys. Our entire house. Is it going to look like our old family room? Well, no. It's funny, we didn't even keep one of the couches. Like our new living room's going to have like 1 couch in it until we go get another one, but that's okay. Just the white couch. So, all right. I know it is good news about the storage. There you go, honey. I just had to tease you for not telling me.
Yeah, I'm sorry. So yeah, so anyway, we're, like I said, we're doing great, but if you guys just always just just keep your hearts open and help out whatever you can with everyone else around Harvey. People got a lot worse than us, doing a lot.
One of our best friends.
Our best friends, their houses got flooded.
Invite her.
So anyway, so yeah, just if you can, just keep it, like I said, keep everyone else in your hearts and minds, and help out wherever you can. If you guys are getting ready for Irma, good luck. Everyone else, stay safe as always, and we will keep you guys updated with a little more stuff as things going on. We got a lot more exciting things coming out. So
just tell them the birth vlog should go up this week.
Yeah, the birth vlogs are going up next week. So you gotta plan. You gotta tell them about their update timeline.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to get the birth vlog up maybe tomorrow, you guys. It's mostly edited. So I'll get the birth vlog up, and then I can start posting all the vlogs after that will lead up to. They'll lead up to the, I guess, the hurricane vlog. So, all right, you guys. Well, thank you so much for everyone who's been checking out on us. We love you guys. We hope that answered some questions. And we're doing a lot better than most. So we're grateful, and we're feeling blessed. So, all right, you guys. So yeah, hopefully I'll get the birth vlog up soon. Okay. All right. Love everybody. Bye.